Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age Empires 4 replay. Small on bottom right side as the blue English, we have a foreign name. Small on top left side as the red Order of the Dragon, we are core 7525 on DC for coaching. And fast forward since the early economic phase, when it comes to map generation, looks like blue has two wood deposits in front of him, good for natural coverage. The last one's way over here. Orange has a bit of a wood deposit way over here as well. Both players also have small gold deposits behind them, so they both have a decent supply in reserve. Both of them have a gold deposit in front of them. Then over here got another small, large, small, and over here just a single large over here. So somehow this map got pretty symmetrical spawn. The orange does have a backline deer deposit, and he's immediately going for it now. Guess there's a real big advantage here. That's about it. The blue's board looks like spawned much closer by than orange's. So let's see how this game will go. Stone mine there by the English before H2. This is interesting. I'm not sure, and it's also not a House of Lancaster from Manners, so he's going for Abbey of Kings. We'll get out the early king for just a little bit of pressure. But he is collecting up stone in order to get another town center, I'm guessing. Aachen Chapel gets cancelled, redeployed right there in order to cover the gold deposit and get a bit of wood. So it looks like both players may be going for a bit of eco. Orange may need to drop off a sheeple off at the Aachen Chapel as well. Got a pile of sheep here. Oh, not really a large number of sheep. Blue might be doing better with sheep. Nope, both of them are equally sparse at the moment. Over here, looks like the scout does take a little bit of damage there. Good number of sheeple there. Blue will spot the outpost here and here. You'll see his opponent really sort of digging in, which should give him a nice sense of safety, making it so secondary towns that he's going for now will be relatively safe. You have the free king deployed in the field, push the way forward. Of course, gets inside the outpost. These two villagers go on the far side. The king only has 2 range armor, so he's pretty vulnerable to these arrows. Did find an opening where he's not going to get struck. And it's going to take a bit of pain there. Lord Dragon player does not have any stone to get arrow emplacements. King's just going to probably stand here menacingly, I cannot pronounce that word right now, in order just to get some health regen going. Wood is also being obtained now. But yep, looks like both players back in the eco phase. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward once again. Reganese Cathedral now being employed in the field. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong player. Right over there, relatively forward, or the Aachen Chapel at least. We're going to try to grab some relics. The English player is pretty far away from aging up. The king is still just being annoying. Orange now aged up. The king may want to be on aggressive anti-relic duty. King's still trying to get some stabs over here. And Orange is really collecting up gold here as well. I wonder if he's going to go straight to Imperial. We do have some horsemen. Good horsemen not being obtained by the Order of the Dragon player. King tries to way forward. Of course, the king cannot be converted. The prelate does go down. Horseman now pursuing. The king is quite significantly wounded. Horseman looks like may ran out of vision. White tower now being obtained by blue. Picked up a relic. Just grab the relics. You can sort them out in an outpost later on. White tower still being built. He has quite a bit of stone in his sphere of influence. Live a short pop out of these gates in order to get out another gold deposit. Honestly, right now, for the English player, could go for a bit of stone, but keep here and in order to obtain these gold deposits. That would be quite nice. Also, the last of the deer over here are being cleaned on up. Relic looks like I'm trying to obtain this relic. Let's switch over to him, see what his flags is. Yep, right there. Relic here, take a bit of damage. This product could get a bit of healing going. Relic may go down to 18 health. It'll be 2 swipes from the king unless he aged up in time. That would have 1 swipe the king. Now he's up to 20 damage. Horseman pursuing scout, or gilded horseman I should say. Orange just claimed 1 relic and picked up another 2. Gilded Knight advanced way forward. Does impale the king a little bit. The king does have ever slightly faster move speed. The knight lost himself. He can't see well in the shrubbery. This probably going to try to grab that relic down there, but is very, very wounded right now. Knight versus knight. Looks like going to be a good knight to one of these units. I can't do anything versus king, other than yell harsh language in the form of wololol. Prolate does go down. Horseman engaged in the knight. Of course, just an H2 horseman. Relic picked up somewhere. Orange self only obtained 1 relic and picked up 2. Blues camping both those relics with knights. More prelates trying to push the way forward. Orange is right now going for a 2nd knight. This player right now has 3 knights, going for 2 monks and a king. Need to focus on that wounded knight there. Horseman looks like it'll be going on down. King push way forward. More prelates pushing over here, trying to obtain this relic. Doing an earlier wool would be very nice. Blue's trying to find it. Remember, knights don't have very good vision range. And looks like the prelate did play the stealth mission correctly. Though he's not out of the woods yet. Even the woods right there. And we'll find the prelate there. Gets impaled. And some exotic doggos to man's head pats. Prelate does go down. Knights and horsemen pushing the way forward. 1 knight goes down. Do have a gilded crossbowman. Another prelate here. 18 health. 1 swipe from the knight and he would have gone down. And looks like Orange will manage to obtain those 2 relics, putting his relic count up to 4, which makes Burgundy's Cathedral more effective than the Bolgrov Palace. Monk does get impaled. Knights trying to retaliate. Couple gilded crossbowmen. 3 gilded crossbowmen entirely. We now have the outposts being established. Knights pushing the way forward. We'll potentially find the monk there. Prelate will become extra holy. Order the Dragon player has enough gold to age on up, but it's going for some economic upgrades. English player is getting relatively close to aging up as well. Over halfway there. Blue has obtained 2 sacred sites, going for the 3rd now. Knights push away forward. Horseman here got the gilded crossbow firing away. Horseman does go down there. King does take a bit of damage there, but pulling back the formation will allow him to get some good health regen. Guard Palace now being researched by Old Dragon player. Not Old Dragon player, English player. Old Dragon player will probably go for the Palace of Swabia. He knows his opponent's gone for secondary town center, or I think he believes it does. He should know. Right now, when it comes to villager count, add 28% more villagers to the 43. I'm just going to say add plus 12 to that, so he's effectively add a 55 versus 77. So orange is behind. Possibly would be very nice. Excuse me, very nice. Guard Palace does give access to some fun items, particularly the Guard Rangers. So right now, Guard Footmen wouldn't be half bad against the Gilded Knights, though they would be weak versus the Gilded Crossbowmen. Palace of Swabia now in the build queue. We have the Guard Raiders, 3 horsemen, 3 knights for a pretty good discount. After all, every single knight is 100, 140, 100, and it's only 200 gold, so it's effectively 1 knight's worth of gold for free. Not to mention all the horsemen as well. I mean, Guard Raiders, like, 3 knights would be, what? 42? So you effectively get a knight and the horseman's would cost for free. Actually, a little bit more. I think a knight and a horseman overall, it's a pretty good cost effective, and not to mention it does have a fast deployment rate. It's pretty good. It also produces at a rate of 25 seconds for a group of 6 units. So it's effectively 6 stables that produce at a discount, roughly a 50% discount if my offhand math is incorrect. No, probably 33% discount more precisely, but still pretty nice. Got elite crossbow and elite gilded knights for the Order of the Dragon player. With the amount of knights and horsemen it's going to be seeing relatively soon, spearmen would be great for the Order of the Dragon player. Some of these villagers are going to go on down. The king is dead. And no elite upgrades right now for the English player. Or even veteran horseman upgrade. Elite gilded knight versus horsemen and knights. And I have no idea how to tell. 3 gilded knights are pretty wounded in pursuing all this force here. I think the gilded knights may win this fight. It's really hard for me to tell. Crossbow there, the orange will definitely win the fight. Knights and horsemen moving around over here. Exotic Doggo demands head pats. We do have the veteran horseman now being researched for the English player. A pretty cheap upgrade. At least not eyeing for elite knights just yet. I mean, you can mathematically distill how many knights you need on the field and make the elite knight upgrade worth it. And since he does not have a maxed out army, going for more knights may be a better call at the moment. Good amount of health regen here coming from the king. Also got level 3 mining research, which is very nice. It improves the gold drop off, effectively improving the quality of the gold. Very powerful upgrade indeed, but it is relatively expensive. You can distill this down, plus 50% more drop off. So you will need to collect up a decent amount of gold to make that worth its while. Do 500 times 1.15? No, I can't do off my hand math at the moment. But you'll probably need to collect up around, well, at least 500 gold while that upgrade is active in order to make it worth its while, and that's pretty easy enough, especially when there's a 8,000 gold deposit you still have not touched. So just vetting enforcement, got the Elite Knight research on the way for the English player. We also got military academies, and what affects the bannered armies? We'll check that after that research gets upgraded. A number of gilded spearmen here, as well as gilded crossbowmans. Elite gilded crossbowmen. Right now, veteran spearmen. Got hand cannoneers and elite gilded knights. For some reason, hand cannoneer has the elite dots. You know, most hand cannoneers don't have that. Personally, I think all the units have their age icon up there just to make it a bit more uniform. Up north, a number of these villagers are starting to get impaled by these horseman knights. Those really pumping out these horsemen. Even though he has a smaller army value, he has a much higher army, or smaller army size, he has a higher army value. So have to be careful with these gilded spearmans. Got some gilded spearmen here. Gilded villagers are sort of running around a little bit there. And cannoneers firing away. Nope, military academy is now complete. Let's see. Dell is making research that you train bannered armies even quicker as well. Now down to 19 seconds, and it's some amount of change likely. Oh, we also got a prelate in this formation. He does not have the what's called devotion upgrade. We are going to see the AoE torch damage, which I wonder if affects between multiple houses or farms. That would be very nice. We do have enclosure attacks. Blue is advancing, got elite knights as well as still just veteran horsemen, elite horsemen still on the way. And blue will completely surround this army. This army is going to be quite wounded afterwards, finding a good number of these gilded spearmen. Just fall back to the Abbey. The Abbey provides some excellent health regen out of combat. Looks like blue lost quite a bit of units there, but it's really hard to tell the cost effectiveness. There was some canceling done by orange, but that does seem roughly correct. Outpost and castle firing away. This army is wounded enough, I would say stopping by the Abbey for a little bit of time to get the 6th health regen would be very nice. Each player right now has 8 hand cannoneers. This one will have soon to be has 8 dragon cannoneers. Biology being researched by the dragon player. No serpent gunpowder just yet. Oh, I saw research earlier. Blue's now advanced way forward with its decent horse force. Gilded Spearmen are probably the way to go. Basic walls over there to help protect that flank. Very nice. While the dragon has a much smaller force in the field, not to mention 1/3 of the army size of compared to his opponent, or army value. Keep now being built over here, and always throw a relic inside of it as well. He does have Tithe Barns, which makes sense before relics. You now have Tithe Barns now being researched by the English player. We do have now the network of citadels being researched by Blue. Orange has a good number of Gilded Spearmen, but needs a lot more. A Gilded Horseman is not a bad idea, something he's able to contend with Slav units in the front line. Mainly to get the Inspired Warriors research. Improving their damage by 50% is particularly great for Order of the Dragon, since their damage is already pretty high. Nice little bit of health regen there from the king. That was impale the monk. Got an outpost here, but that can quickly be torched on down. Over here, Orange does have a keep here. A pair of cannon placements. Holding oil is also being summoned. There's no village inside of the keep, but they get inside the outposts. No relics over here. Those villages be going down. Orange's army is trying to respond to this region now. Forcing to push way forward. And Cannoneers backline firing away the Dragon Cannoneers. They do have pretty high attack speed. Keep has been set ablaze. Some villagers get back on out of the keep in order to get that repairs going. Cannon placement being reached on the keep as well. No spring gun placement just yet. I think Orange will manage to hold on out. The king is dead. Yeah, it looks like Orange quite handily. In fact, Orange has a much higher destroyed value now. Getting some outposts over here, replacement outposts as well. And Cannoneer is firing away, getting some damage on these units. Orange forces will be start cleaned on up. Couple spearmen push right forward. Blue's villages somewhat in the region. Good horsemen are advancing. They're started up there by Orange's hand cannoneers. More outposts being set by Blue. Everything here has been rebuilt, though the outpost has not been upgraded just yet. Or it's not going for some battering rams as well. Over here, got some various infrastructure here. That's golden bars. The large one has been cleaned up. Going for the small one now. Number of small ones still on size of the map. Yeah, it does have quite a bit of extra gold income from those relics. Very large number of hand cannoneers. He's going to be pulling out a Magnol upgrade to counter those hand cannoneers. Dragon cannoneers firing away. Village will point there for orange. Blue's on the fall back in various regions. Batterings do go down trying to hit that cannon placement. Orange hand cannoneers still stubbornly sucking away. Horseman backing on off as well. Orange not going for serpentine gunpowder. Outpost there going on down. It looks like Orange going for a good number of hand cannoneers. No Magnol's just yet, even though he has going for the Magnol upgrade. Do now have the, what's it called? The war horses there. Gilded Knights take less damage while charging. A minor effect, honestly. I also don't know how much damage resistance that will provide, because while charging is actually such a small window, though it will allow him to have his units connect more reliably to get them more powerful alpha, more reliable alpha damage done. Your orange picking up some relics. There's some stuff starting to go down over here. Over here we do have not much at the moment. But we do have a bit more conflict down here. Looks like those villagers are quite wounded. Must got hit by a mass splash hit there. More of these villagers are going down. Cannon placement firing away. Got a battering ram nearby as well. Got a English cannon placement here. There's also still pushing forward these units. For some odd reason I thought they were a bunch of lumberjacks based on the map. Seeing a bunch of blue dots and a couple of forest. Orange's Army Valley is somewhat approaching Blue's Army Valley once again. Oh, King is dead. Spring roll placement inside of that key, outpost there. Blue's not trying to obtain that stone. Orange obtaining this wood. Let's put around that house there. Outposts on go on up, which will provide network of citadels. Looks like the university's getting hit. He still has a number of research still needs to be obtained. Emergency repair is available. Knights push way forward, getting paled. The damage resistance being very useful right there. Let's take out that bombard there. Magnol's finding a way, rolls some misses. Good hits there. Who has a good number of hand cannons in the field. Right now, 46. His opponent right now has 13. Massive mangonel hits there. 3 mangonels firing away. No more volleys there. Bombards and other siege drones being kicked off by Orange's various mounted units. Blue's trying to fall back there. Orange clean up some of this various infrastructure. Mangonels, you hit the keep there. Fresh bombard one field, so I'm immediately going to try to pick that off. Outpost does go down there. Orange at maximum populations. Blue, could you pull out some more units here? Going for some Warden Guard Rangers. I wonder if he has all the other resources go along with it. He's going for arrow volley now. It's all the blacksmith and all economic upgrades. Orange missing some of the blacksmith upgrades. Getting some more infrastructure up north. And looks like this battery ram being pursued by a villager. Mining camp starting to go on down, which there's nothing to mine left in this region. Gold deposit up here being obtained by Orange. And this appears to be the last gold deposit on the map. Blue has good number 6 sides of the field. Orange trying to clean up one of them now. Bit of damage on that keep. Keep taking quite a bit of a beating. And we do have now stone construction. +5 fire armor. We got these forces starting to advance their way forward. These forces rotating around. Another Dragon Cannoneers. Mangonels will get a good volley there, even though they're cavalry. Damage is damage if it can be done for free. Looks like they're ring around the rosy for Blue. Orange gonna fall back with various frontline forces. Dragon Cannoneers are firing away. They do have 17 gunpowder, which they actually can stack the speed bonuses they can actually get. Horsemen trying to pick up some of these mangonels now. Does save all but one. Mangonels get a pretty good volley on the Hankineers, cleaving a good chunk of them down. More mangonel shots there, hitting some of those Hankineers. Good shots there. And since the mangonel shots were largely desynced, it allowed him just to get a constant amount of damage, causing the Hankineers having trouble dodging everything. Here's the bombard there. Got the Warren Guard Rangers now falling back. They appear to have silk bowstring research, so they have 9.5 tile range, an immense tile range. And to get mounted on top of a stone wall, they have 10.5 tile range, which is quite absurd. Lord Dragon players going for more spearmen, hand cannons, and now queued up some man-arms, just Castle Age man-arms. Warren Guard Rangers will be a good unit to continue deploying against the current Lord of the Dragon composition. Good number of those Warren Guard Rangers to go down to the Magnells, though. The English player has quite a bit of food and gold stockpiled on up, but not enough for a big round of horsemen. Warren Guard Rangers right now doing 18 damage. The damage can get even higher, well above 20 with the more range damage upgrades. Find one of Orange's battergrams there. I think Arrow Ball just got activated there, greatly reducing attack speed of these Warren Guard Rangers. Mangonels, Reigns hits the Warren Guard Rangers. They have right now similar health to Hand Cannoneers, just different by 5. So reasonably bulky. And at 9.5 range, they can easily outrange any gunpowder units. Elite man-at-arms research now on the way for the Order of Dragon player. And I also got the upgrades mixed up between these two players. So 18 damage is the maximum damage that these Warren Guard Rangers can do, which is very nice. Orange starting to push his way forward. A couple knights streaming on in. Warren Guard Rangers found a position where they can fight from. They can start slowly dealing with these hand cannoneers. Like archers, they retain their bones like gunpowder. In this case, plus 12. Nice, starting to fall back. Large number of stone walls being established by Orange now. Nice charging way forward. That damage resistance being very handy. Couple batteries push away forward for Orange. Knights advancing. We have a good number of these man-arms in the front line as well. Hand Cannoneers just generally finding a way. Hand Cannoneers don't really care with the hit. They provide excellent DPS either way. More horsemen are pushing their way forward. Trying to stop these Gilded Knights from getting any closer. Orange doesn't have too big of stockpile resources. English player has still massive stockpile of food, but starting to run low on gold and basically out of wood. Right now, I think some Warren Guard equipment wouldn't be half bad. This player's out of gold now. He needs to get more village on wood and probably needs to sell off maybe 5,000 food at the moment. Battery may be picked on off. Stone walls still being completed. Down south, we do have a Gilded Man Arms trying to raid some of the farms. Who now has flipped the destroyed valley, so he's starting to pull ahead. Some spearmen being pulled in by the English players as well. They're right now just Dark Age spearmen. More Guard Rangers though. In the corner here, we've got these main arms pushing forward. We do have a keep here to intercept, but quite a bit of a hole. Oh, goes to another network citadels there. Orange trying to take out the bombard. Horsemen, knights, or just horsemen, good horsemen falling, making their way forward to raid some more of these villagers. There's a number of these farmers. Not going to be a massive problem for Blue since he has a pretty good food reserve. And all the gold on the map has been claimed. So, Lord of the Dragon having 4 relics, which means 8 relic income, is going to be much better than this one with just 1. Orange also has all 3 sacred sites right now, and 4 minutes till sacred site victory. Guard Rangers could eye for the high ground. With a few times also where Siege Tower could have been quite nice. Keyword few. War of the Wolves has gone down there. Blue looks like we'll be decapitating the sacred site there shortly. I can also see some of these Guard Rangers. Guard Rangers gives good damage there. Horsemen, connecting with the horsemen. I mentioned the man at arms. Try to hit those backline archers in the backline. We do have Dragon Skilled armor. Still breaking his way forward. Guard Rangers doing just fine at the moment. The Blue's front line starting to disintegrate. Cannons engaging the keep. Horsemen push way forward, trying to get some hits on these villagers. Keep has taken a bit of damage there. Spearmen, they sound like a bit of a brace there, but the bombard still goes down. Orange horsemen starting to fall back. Now Blue has a much higher destroyed value. Gold income is quite similar. The English player is actually behind with the less relic income. First repair onto this keep. I suppose the less sacred site income also reduces it as well. Each one provides a 100, which is pretty nice. And they're a bit more than 100 different, so their biggest difference is right now is number of sacred sites. Each player can still sell off about 5,000 food for some gold. Some of these villagers starting to get picked on off. Both players are not super high in villagers, though for Order of the Dragon is plus 30%. He effectively has 125 villagers. Number of markets here. Looks like Orange trying to go for some trade. Horseman stopping that. These horsemen still skirmishing around. Does pick off that villager there. We do now have these horsemen still running on by. Needs to make its way forward here, taking out some of this infrastructure. Gilded archers hitting some of these hand cannoneers and spearmen. Takes out that gilded archer there. Who's making some great progress. Gilded longbowmen, or not gilded longbowmen. Wormguard rangers should be particularly useful right now. Got a massive conflict here. Gilded Arch or the Wormguard Rangers have to focus on certain targets, but they do also protect themselves. Got a good number of Gilded men-at-arms here, causing problems for Orange. Armor clad now being researched by Blue. Gilded men-at-arms slowly go on down. More horsemen push their way forward. Big round of horsemen. Wormguard Rangers taking out a good number of these man-at-arms. Up north, just got some guys pushing down some mining camps. So Orange always being cleaned up. It's going for a big round of gilded man-at-arms. We do also have a number of these archers still alive. Of course, they have a bit of armor to work with along with the gilded man-at-arms. But the Wormguard Rangers are just providing good DPS from a very good amount of range. The gilded elite archers right now have 7 tile range, which is far inferior to the 9.5. And Orange still missing some range damage along with the gilded archers as well. And Orange does go ahead and resign there. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.